Most chefs think fat loss comes from doing more training, more cardio, more dietary restriction. And it makes sense, right? Well, in my experience coaching chefs to their dream physiques through 50, 60-hour weeks, the ones who get the most impressive results actually train less. And the reason this works isn't what you think. The secret isn't another workout or another diet. It's something that most chefs actually completely ignore. So in this video, I'm going to show you how it works, why it works, and how to apply it to your routine, no matter where you are in your fat loss journey. So the secret weapon here is actually recovery. But as a chef, it's a double-edged sword because 12-hour shifts, spending all day on your feet, sweating over red-hot burners, all of that eats into your recovery. If you think of it like a bucket, for a normal person, right, they go to work, come home, do their 5 gym workouts a week, and the only thing that fills that bucket up is the workouts they do. But as a chef, just showing up to work is already filling up your bucket because of how demanding it is. And if you had 5 workouts on top of that, your bucket's going to overflow, which is not good. Now, this all may sound pretty underwhelming. I know recovery is not a sexy topic and almost nobody talks about it because, let's be honest, it's quite boring. But in this industry, it's the single biggest fat loss lever that you can pull to dial up your progress and see better results in less time. So the method itself is what I call recovery first training. It's not about skipping the gym or being lazy. It's about designing your week around your actual energy levels and recovery capacity, not pretending you're in the same shoes as a 9-to-5 office worker. So instead of forcing yourself to the gym 5 days a week, doing half-hours workouts on top of an already brutal rota, you focus on 2 or 3 quality workouts that actually move the needle for you. That way your body actually adapts, burns fat, and builds muscle instead of just running on fumes. Think of it like prepping a new menu. If you throw 20, 30 dishes on there, the quality is going to drop. But if you focus on 3 to 5 signature plates and you dial them in as much as you possibly can, the consistency there and the results are going to skyrocket. That's what recovery first training is. Fewer, better sessions with your recovery as the foundation. And if you're thinking, yeah, but does this really work? Let me show you how this plays out in real life and how it completely changed things for Cam. Cam's a chef who'd been training on and off for years. He already knew his way around the gym. He dabbled in powerlifting. So the problem wasn't that he didn't know what he was doing. His problem was actually just recovery. Because when he got like a surge of motivation, he'd throw himself in the deep end. 5 hard sessions, heavy lifting, and loads of meal prep. All that stacked on top of 12-hour shifts, his body never had a chance to recover. And after a week or two, he'd be exhausted, missing meals, skipping workouts. And before he knew it, a bad week would turn into months off. He was stuck at 63 kilos, frustrated that no matter how hard he trained, and no matter what he did, how much he ate, he couldn't put weight on. So here's what we did differently. We flipped the script. Instead of building his week around training and hoping that his recovery would take care of itself, we built it all around the recovery capacity that he had. We stripped his program back to 3 focused sessions that fit around his rota. We prioritized sleep and simple food routines so that his body could actually grow. And we used the 85% rule. Good enough consistency that didn't collapse when work got messy. And for the first time, his bucket wasn't overflowing. His body could actually recover. He broke through his old plateau. He's surpassed 70 kilos now, hitting PBs every week and actually looking forward to training instead of dreading the crash. The real difference wasn't knowledge or motivation. It was shifting the foundation to recovery. And once that was in place, everything else started to click. Now, Cam's story is proof that this works, but you don't need me holding your hand to get this started. You just need to follow 5 simple steps. This is the exact framework that I give my clients so they can build recovery first training into their routine and fit it around the rota. First of all, we look at the number of sessions. Less is more. Instead of trying to hit the gym 5 or 6 times a week or as many times as you can, just focus on 2 or 3 sessions that hit your whole body and actually fit around your rota. That's more than enough for fat loss and strength gains without overflowing your recovery bucket. Okay, step 2, exercise selection. Choose the lifts that give you the most bang for your buck. Squats, deadlifts, presses, rows, basically just the compound movements. These movements are very effective at building strength and muscle, instead of endless isolation fluff that just eats up your time and energy without actually moving the needle. Okay, step 3 is quality. This is about accuracy. Every single rep should look the same, clean, controlled, and with good technique. If you are going to train less often, the quality of those sessions needs to be a lot higher. You can't just go through the motions here. Sloppy form just means more fatigue, less progress, and a higher chance of injury. Right, step 4 is volume. With those bigger bang for your buck exercises and the higher quality work that you're now doing, you don't need to treat the gym like a second job. Get the right dose, so enough sets of reps to stimulate progress, but not so much that you're limping into your next shift and you're always exhausted. And step 5 is intensity. If you're more experienced, this means pushing your sets closer to failure, if not to failure. If you're more of a beginner, intensity doesn't matter as much. You just want to focus on building the right foundations, getting some solid technique in place, and building up your confidence. Okay, if you put these 5 steps together, suddenly your training is going to be working with your recovery, not against it, which is why this approach sticks long-term for chefs. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I actually apply it when I'm constantly exhausted from these long shifts that I'm doing? Well, I'm going to give you 3 simple hacks that you can start using straight away to put this into practice. First, we've got the shift anchor method. So instead of just guessing or picking at random which days you're going to train, you want to tie your workouts to predictable points in your rota. It could be always train after your first day off, or a short session before your Friday late shift. It takes the decision making out of it, and it makes your training a lot more automatic. Next, we've got the 30-minute minimum session. Not every workout needs to be an absolute marathon. If your energy's low, just cap it at 30-40 minutes max. Just pick 3 or 4 big lifts, focus on good technique, and get out. That's miles better than skipping the gym completely or dragging yourself through 2 hours of jump volume, which actually ties into number 3, cut out the jump volume. Most chefs waste their energy and recovery on fluff. Endless bicep curls, ab circuits, and random machines. Instead of that, you should be saving your energy for the big lifts that actually move the needle. That way, every rep moves you closer to your goals without overfilling your recovery bucket. So there you go. The recovery first training method plus 3 hacks that you can start using this week. Now here's my challenge. For the next month, I want you to forget about trying to cram 5 or 6 workouts into your week. Instead, run your training through the recovery first lens. Focus sessions, shift anchors, and no jump volume, and see what happens. I think you'd be surprised how much better you feel in the kitchen and how much quicker the fat starts to come off once you've got this recovery dialed in. So if you found this video useful, stick around because in this video, I break down 5 fat loss rules that you can use to lose 10 kilos no matter what your shifts are. So go try recovery first training this month and let me know how it goes. I'll see you in the next one.